Trout Life, Episode 5. And today, we're going to be talking about ecosystems, particularly the trout ecosystems.
Yes, so what an ecosystem actually is many different living things such as animals and plants in a certain area or region. Now, at the start of every ecosystem, you have to have the sun, which is the main source of energy at that place.
Yes. So, let's move on to, the different types of living things or producers in the trout ecosystem. Now, starting off, the trout ecosystem would be the source of energy, which is, of course, the sun, which powers basically every single plant, which are the primary producers, which Collin will tell you about.
Yes, the primary producers in this case we're going to be talking about is algae. Now, algae, for every single primary producer, it needs to have photosynthesis, which means it actually doesn't eat or need other animals. It actually makes its own food using the sun's energy. And what would eat that we call primary consumers, which Joey would talk to you about.
Okay, so primary consumers in this ecosystem would be the crayfish, which would eat and feast on the algae, which would be converted into energy into the crayfish's body, and then of course, for every single ecosystem, it's getting eaten by something else, which is, of course, secondary consumers, which Collin will tell you about.
Yes, so in this case, we chose secondary consumer, the bear, because a bear would obviously eat a trout.
Yeah.
Secondary consumers, what they need to do is they can eat plants, but they don't wanna. So they actually eat the primary. Yeah, they eat the primary consumers, which eats the plants. So they actually eat other animals to survive. Now, nothing can eat them besides one thing, and Joseph will tell you about that.
Yes, it actually comes as a shock to most people learning about the ecosystems for the first time, which would actually be these microscopic things like fungus, bacteria. But we chose fungus because some mushrooms and stuff are fungus and they break down stuff, which they would feast on the corpse of the dead animal and would return that into nutrients into the soil, which algae and stuff could get for nutrients, and then the whole entire cycle repeats all over again.
Yes, so decomposers technically.
Yes.
And what Joseph pretty much told you, they're at the top of the ecosystem, or they can be at the bottom, depending on where you want to put them. I think that's pretty much it for this episode. So Goodbye. We'll see you next time on Trout Episode 6.
Bye.
Bye.